Dream had to have had the worst reputation of any Minecraft YouTuber. But recently, he has totally brought back the hype. He's f***ing back. So how did he win back all the Minecraft stands? Well, in January 2019, Dream quit his job to do YouTube full-time. He had no subscribers, he had about $20,000 in savings, enough to last a couple months or buy like 4 eggs. So he gave himself a deadline. If his savings dropped below $2,000, he'd give up YouTube and get a real job. For the next 6 months, he closely studied the YouTube algorithm. He studied Reddit, analyzing the most popular videos by people like MrBeast. But he was already running out of money and needed to actually do something instead of sitting there watching MrBeast videos. So the first thing he did was his branding. A simple smiley face, piss green background. It's intentionally meant to look bad. It stands out because of how low effort it looks. Then he posted his first video. It was part of the massive cursed Minecraft trend at the time. I'm sure you know the story, but it did insanely well. It also followed a similar vibe to his branding with this like very unpolished, unprofessional sort of editing. Next, he capitalized on PewDiePie's at the time massive Minecraft series going on. And between these videos, he reached 40,000 subscribers. And his first YouTube check arrived shortly before he ran out of savings. He was in. Following this string of successes, he began furiously experimenting and found 2 new successful formats. Minecraft Unsolved, which was like a mystery sort of series, which showed off his skills in research and whatnot and gave him a little bit more credibility. And then his custom-coded Minecraft challenges, which unbeknownst to him would completely define the rest of his career. Almost all of these challenges got millions of views, which reaffirmed Dream's core strategy.
You have to do something that is different than someone has done, or better than someone has done.
In this case, applying his coding skills to make something other YouTubers couldn't replicate. He blew up pretty damn fast, and by this point he was well and truly a YouTuber. But people began to wonder, who is this guy? What does he look like? Dream was planning to reveal his face at some point, but he wanted it to be on his own terms. He went to insane lengths to protect it from being leaked, being driven in the back of a car with a blanket over him and going to other states for dentist appointments so he wouldn't be tied back to a location. But one day, he stumbled across another format that would end up being so much more popular than anything he'd done before. And it was inspired by Wilbur f***ing Soot.
I'm going to be placed into a Minecraft world, and people who are subs dropped into my world, and they've got to kill me.
You okay after that? To make the chase format his own and also a little bit more engaging, Dream also added the end goal of having to beat the game. The first Manhunt episode was against George, which Dream actually lost, but he won a rematch later. The series quickly evolved beyond just skill, although that was still a massive part of it. It became psychological warfare, constant mind games, deception, and traps. What? No! Dream's editing also played a key role. He cut things in almost a misleading way.
Here, Dream.
See that? These 2 clips are probably like minutes apart, but he edited it to just look like constant action. Dream also somewhat pioneered using music that actually matched the mood of the scene, like I'm doing right now. And doing that really enhanced the narrative, even for people who didn't necessarily play Minecraft. The views were fucking insane and unheard of for Minecraft content. A lot of the strategies Dream used on YouTube are relatively common and well known now, but at the time, no YouTubers knew this. But because his series was so popular, many YouTubers began to copy it.
Dream.
He's got it! No, let's think of something creative. Oh, he's going.
These channels took Dream's strategies, his thumbnail styles, even sometimes the individual iconic moments from his manhunts and remade them. The format kind of got milked to death, and it started to dilute the authenticity and excitement from the original Manhunt series. So, Dream decided to voluntarily end it at its peak.
I could milk it for another 2 years or whatever, but I'd rather do a finale and have it end it when it's at its peak.
But there was one thing left to do. Dream finally began hyping up his face reveal. There'd been one leak in the past, but most people still hadn't seen that and he controlled it pretty well, so there was still an insane amount of curiosity as to what he looked like. The actual reveal video gained enormous attention, 25 million views in a day. But the internet's immediate response was not positive. Still, he tried to use this face reveal as a chance to pivot to IRL content, but it didn't really work. It just didn't get people as excited as the Minecraft videos they knew him for. There also wasn't the same mystery about his face as there was in the past. I don't think it's this massive factor like, Sunny V2 keeps insisting, but I do think it was something. Now he just felt like any old YouTuber. And after his face reveal, he experienced a massive uptick in doxing and swatting. People leaked his address, they flew drones over his house, even swatted his family members to the point where his sister and mom got held at gunpoint. He was swatted almost daily at one point, forcing Sapnap to move into his house in order to answer the door for him. Dream also faced an onslaught of fake grooming allegations. And between all of this, he kinda lost the motivation to make Minecraft content. He even considered quitting entirely. This left him with two options: leave YouTube behind and go down in history as another Minecraft pedophile, or make one final response, putting all of the rumors to rest and going back into YouTube full throttle. I think you know what he chose. Dream disproved basically everything. It was honestly more bulletproof than it needed to be. And although a lot of Twitter just like refused to watch it and kept calling him a pedophile as a joke, he overall cleared his name. So with that out of the way, he started a brand new series. A series he hoped could top the original Manhunt format. I'm talking about the Titan series where he body scanned his friend into Minecraft and had him hunt him down. It was very technically impressive. I really liked his video where he showed how he made it, but I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I didn't find the actual Manhunt series to be that exciting. It didn't do as well as his original Manhunts either. Part of that is definitely that the original Manhunts were during COVID, but if he started posting them again, I think we both know it would easily get like 20 or 30 million views. So he started toying with the idea of another manhunt. He made an April Fool's video with 0 hunters by like editing out all of the hunters, and he posted an unedited version on his second channel. Funny enough, that actually outperformed the like April Fool's one on his main channel and like the majority of his other main channel videos at the time. People just unironically wanted to watch a manhunt, and everyone was wondering like, would Manhunt come back? The prospect of a 6 Hunters series has been teased by Dream multiple times.
We're bound to do like 6 hunters at some point.
New Manhunt versus 6 hunters soon.
But it never happened. Every time Dream did anything, people would be like, "You'll do anything but make a 6 Hunters video." But finally, it seemed the series would return in earnest. Daquavis is a YouTube Shorts and TikTok creator who blew up from posting these insane gameplay clips, usually killing YouTubers, like Dream. Everyone kind of knew these were fake, so Dream, seeing this, made his own fake video where he killed Daquavis. Bro, and challenged him to a 1v1. Daquavis responded by offering an $100,000 wager, thinking Dream was too busy getting canceled to actually train for it and do it. But Dream accepted. Dream even said he'd do the wager for a higher number. Like, what about Daquavis' entire bank account? Pause. I just want to make it clear, Daquavis is an absolute fucking shit-eater.
Come here, Daquavis. I want those booty cheeks.
I just got clipped by Daquavis.
Technoblade here. If you're watching this, I am dead.
I could genuinely go on, okay? It really lowers my opinion of Dream for associating with this guy. Not that it was that high in the first place, but anyway, back to the video. The chance of this duel happening was getting mainstream Minecraft attention. All of the like drama channels were talking about it.
I can confirm.
Although nothing was confirmed yet. That wasn't until Dream started a stream. He announced a nice slight rebrand, and then he confirmed that the duel was in fact happening. On top of that, he confirmed a new Manhunt versus 6 Hunters, what? But I'll get to that later. The Daquavis duel was split into 2 main parts, a PvP duel and a skills duel, which covers everything else. If a tiebreaker was needed, they do a Manhunt. He got Technodad to voice it and used the same sort of duel map as his old Technoblade duel, trying to invoke Technoblade to get people more excited about this one, which seems to have worked, I guess. Dream won the first kit 5-2, but Daquavis won the second one 4-5. But then Dream won the last one 5-4. So overall, Dream takes home the victory. But Daquavis managed to win the Minecraft skills duel 5-3, meaning it was tied. They had to go to the Manhunt tiebreaker, which I'm sure totally naturally happened and was not planned in any way. Dream also took a sweet fucking time to post it, especially compared to how fast the other parts came out. But when it finally did,
Please. You're dead. You're dead. No. Please. No. Yes. No. Yes. Yes.
Dream won. You don't have to like this Manhunt, but I honestly did. It had the same energy to me as the older Manhunts that I really enjoyed. A lot of people also think it was like too scripted or whatever, but I think faking is a spectrum, and at least in my opinion, like it wasn't so fake that it felt totally inauthentic. It was just a really good, entertaining piece of content, and I'm glad I watched it. Since the Daquavis Manhunt did so well, I'm sure the 6 Hunters series will follow soon. Dude, Dream is fucking back. I'm sure he's not nearly as big as he was in his prime, but it's still really cool to see. That said, he's a very multifaceted person, right? There's a lot to criticize him for, especially recently with that whole drama with Tommy in it. He was rash, he was immature, and he was arguably manipulative. Those two facts I think can coexist. Either way, I'm hyped. I'm getting very close to 200K, so I'd really appreciate it if you subscribed, and have a great rest of your day. If you enjoyed this video, you might also enjoy my video on Minecraft YouTubers who got caught cheating. Because guess who appears first?